So yeah, we're having a fire in a few minutes. Oh, long day. Always long days, but really long day today. Had the cops show up again, just questioning everything I'm doing. It really sucked. But now I'm decided to have a fire. Like seriously, the cops showed up today. It sucked. It really did suck. Just they woke me up. They woke me up. It was every time I get I was gonna leave it at it was a crap day because of police. That's all I gotta say. But we're gonna have a fire in a few minutes, so I'll be fine. Hey, Gordish. Hey, you doing, warrior? But yeah, I'm about to light a fire, get it going, kind of deal. Ugh. I got woke up today by the police. There was like quite a few of them. They must have rode in on quads and like an hour. They woke me up at 1 o'clock. They talked to me for a little bit, and I could hear them riding around for about an hour, questioning everything. I didn't give them any real answers, but yeah, that it freaked me out. I'm like, oh, it's time to move, but I got nowhere to move to. So, let's go ahead and start a fire. Fire makes me happy. Yeah, I've got an idea. I'm planning on how to move it and put it back together. But I'll talk about that when I come back. I'm going to go ahead and get this going. If I can find my girly lighter. I got that. It's a girly lighter. I got it. I found it, actually. Hey, Dale. Not recently. The last time I went, I caught a bunch of bluegill and perch. But yeah, that's all set up so I can do that. And now you gotta look at my ugly mug for a bit because I hear voices. Not in my head, like actual people. And I don't like lighting the fire when I can hear people. I'm already freaked out enough because of cops. Well, if they see me, they'd have to wait 28 days to tell me to move. But I literally can't move at the moment. If I take it down, it's held together by duct tape, and I can get supplies on Monday, but I can't buy tape. I gotta get supplies. I'll figure it out. I'll try to take it down very carefully and tape reinforce the inside so I can move it. It's just a chance it will fall apart. No, I don't hear voices. People talk. People voices. They're not telling me to burn. Oh, wait a minute. I'm having a campfire. Maybe they might be telling me to burn stuff. Fire, fire, fire. It doesn't matter. I'll fix the reception issue. It's going to blink off for like 2 seconds. There we go. That should fix it. Anyways, start that fire now. Because I want to. And I like fire. Good for you, warrior. Mushrooms. I'm not knowledgeable with mushrooms, so I won't touch them. So I'm gonna be right back in about 20 seconds. I'm gonna get this fire going, and then we can chat more. But that'll happen after I actually get a fire going. I'm gonna try to make it so you don't see my ass, even though that might be a nice show for somebody, not me, not you. But I'll have this going in a couple seconds. Not much is new, just dealing with the popo today. I gotta get this started, so I can't talk to you guys. I gotta do this. Come on, catch. Got it. Look. Oh my God! Thank you very much for the super. I did not expect that. I'm not here for that. I'm just having a camp. I appreciate that, man. I'm still trying to get this actually going. Hopefully it'll go. Sometimes it just has problems. I've got some of the sticks on fire, so it should all pick up now, slowly. There was tiny stick twigs and stuff in it. Everything I got is really dry. Just usually it wasn't enough oxygen, but it's going now. Once it's going, it's going. And I got plenty of wood tonight, and I'm further back. And holy crap, thank you very much for the super. Most of this is black walnut. It's dead and rotting, not rotted, it's dead and dry black walnut branches. Like this. And you're freaking awesome, Dale. You really are. Oh, I'm just trying to figure so much out. I've been feeling nothing but a lot of. It's not like me either. Anger. Lots and lots of anger in the past day or so. I think it might be. They warn about suicidal thoughts with the new medication and stuff, and I had that when I was on a full dose. I'm on a quarter now, and I might be a side effect where I feel nothing but rage. Because I've been feeling a lot of rage over the last 24 hours, I'm going to say. Fine, you know what? You guys want me to be a dancing monkey around the fire for supers? If that's what you guys want, I will think about it. You guys want a dancing fucking monkey? I will be a dancing monkey. Yeah, it's got to be the meds. Because I'm not an angry person. Crap. I guess I'm gonna be doing Miguel, thank you so much for the super. Hey, Skip Nasty. I guess I'm gonna be doing one of those. I guess I'm a fucking dancing monkey. You guys supered. I'm gonna dancing monkey. Don't mind my big ass. You might only see these feet. Oh shit, that is hot. That's burning my balls. So you dancing monkey. That's the best you're gonna get. Woo. I can't dance for shit, and that's really freaking. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. And you almost killed me. Oh, I've got a lot of firewood tonight. I took a half an hour to collect it. I think I'm far enough back so it won't burn. But, yeah. I'm just trying to figure things out. Good news is I'm back to work. My first official day back that I'm getting paid for. And I understand my boss not paying me for the 2 days I'm going in next week. She's already paid like $1,000, and it's supposed to be on me to get the license, me to pay for the license to sell firearms, but she's already paid $1,000 for me to do the test to get my license to sell firearms. So I understand not getting paid for those 2 days. So when I'm back to work on the 11th and 12th, and she said 13th, if I get the license, I will get the license. I'll pass that test. I won't get paid until the 23rd. I'm always hanging in there. I'm trying my best. Had a visit by the police today. Who's Monkey Boy? David. How you doing? Truth. Waller. Yeah, they showed back up today. They actually woke my ass up. Freaked me right the fuck out. Wasn't fun. Mind you, if anybody's ever said they've had fun while having an encounter with the police is a liar. Or stupid. Most likely a liar. Southern Drifter, I appreciate that. Yeah, well, the OPP, I don't think they're harassing me. They're just checking it out. Doesn't mean I have to appreciate it or like it, but that's what they're doing. I know it's time to move. It's just not that easy to move right now. I'm kind of stuck in a position that if I move the tent, it's going to rip apart. It's being literally held together by duct tape and plastic over duct tape right now. That damn raccoon did a number on me. Well, Waller, that's the live stream I'm looking forward to. Like my goal. I'd say like I'm very close. I'm close to getting the disability and the back pay. And if that's the case when I get it, I might not be walking you into an apartment. I might be walking to y'all into my new place, my new. You can get a property for $5,000 a little bit further up north. You might be walking you into my new tiny home and solar farm and showing off some chickens. Yeah, I'm gonna try to move. I'm gonna try to take everything. I'm gonna take everything down tomorrow, pack it up, and get the frick out of here. And go deeper in if I have to. Oh, hey, honey. Yeah, definitely give me a double thumbs up. If you like the stream, it helps me boost me a little bit in the algorithm. There's the thumbs up button somewhere on the screen, or the three dots at the top right hand corner. And some phones, I think it's only iPhones, that you can double tap. But things are different, you know. I didn't never really thought I would be like this. I don't hate being out in the wild. Like, it'd be nice if I could find the cheapest piece of property. Like, again, I've been looking at them, kind of one of those stare and daydream situations. But you can get a decent sized property a little bit further up north for $5,000. That's all you need. Get a tiny home. There's a place, if you set them up yourself. If you're gonna buy solar panels, don't buy solar panels from a company that does the installation. They mark it up like 100%. You can get a solar array that can power a house for under $5,000 if you know how to wire it, and all the wiring instructions are there. You just need to build some stands for the panels. That's all you need. Oh, the warrior. I'm deep enough into the woods, nobody comes here. The only reason why they found me. Sorry, I'm talking weirdly. I keep hearing noises and I'm paranoid as a cops. The only reason why they found me was because a hunter was running through chasing after his dogs that were chasing after coyotes, and he had to have reported me. And they showed up a couple weeks back, the OPP, and now they showed up today just on their quads, questioning me. Waller, I wish I could have something to drive. I can't. I'll never be able to drive again. Like an RV, I'll never get a drive B because I can't hold a driver's license. You know, they'll never give me one. So I can't even actually. I would have to buy it and they'd have to park it somewhere for me. And I'd have to have someone to move it around with the license. And I couldn't even do that because I can't hold insurance on a. In Canada, or at least Ontario, you can't get insurance on a vehicle if you are the owner that is unlicensed. I thought about a bike. I've also thought about what will happen when I'm riding the bike. I have seizures. Imagine me riding that bike, having a nice little seizure, and my big ass falling down and, not just cracking my skull open. You wear a helmet for that, but breaking an arm, breaking a leg, making things worse. I've been speaking to a guy for a while now. He's got his own YouTube channel. I'll link it sometime. But he builds bikes that, like the three-wheeled bicycles that have a trailer attached to it that are, it's tiny, tiny homes. It's tiny, tiny homes. And I would love one of those. I could manage that. There's not much likelihood I could fall off of that. The last big one that I can recall happened, like a bad one. I've had a couple here and there, but nothing, to write home about. But the last big one I can remember, Dan was still here. I talked about it with Cornish. I was feeling like shit that day because of it. I was trying to head back to camp when I was still in Toronto. I came to on the ground and I had to throw my pants out because I had soiled myself, which happens when you have a bad seizure. It was humiliating. They happen less frequently if I'm on my medications, and that only happened because I was off my meds, because I was too poor to buy them. That. The thing I get more than that is muscle spasms, tremors, and I have more of a problem with walking on my left side of my body. My left leg, I can't walk normally. It's almost like I drag it behind me. Like I walk with a limp. It's not that I can't. It's not like there's a problem with the leg. There's a problem with the connection between the brain and the leg. And yeah, I can't really lift it up. Hey, Jay. Honey, sorry, I just thought you told me to go buy some cocaine. Oh, Doug Ford? Yeah, no, he is way out of touch. So, if you guys look up Doug Ford, type on Google, Doug Ford, get off your ass and get a job. Man, this is a generation. Doug Ford, he's one of the Ford brothers. Rob Ford, the crackhead mayor of Toronto, and Rob Ford, they own a printing company. Like, not papers and stuff, but I believe it's labels, like for cans and whatnot. They're generational millionaires, and he's out of touch. Oh, go get a job. It's not the case anymore. I talk to people. I meet people. A lot of homeless people now are just regular working everyday people, usually single men. And I'm not saying that women can't be homeless, because they can, but it's usually single men, millennial men, who have a job making $18 an hour, but you can't live on $18 an hour anymore. It's impossible to live on minimum wage. $18 an hour. Okay, you might be able to afford a rooming house, which is still going to be $1,500 a month. $18 an hour, 40 hours a week. A month you're going to bring in $2,900. After tax you're going to bring in $1,900. And yeah, $1,500 from $1,900 leaves you $400. Still gonna have to get to and from work. You're not gonna own a car. It's impossible to own a car that way. You're not gonna be able to afford the $300-400 in gas for a car or car payments. So you're gonna be taking public transit, which is still $3.35 a trip. Do that 5 days a week, times 2, times a month, times 20, because you'll work 20 days in a month. That's still like $150 plus a phone is $50. And then you're left with $200 to eat for a month. You're literally just going to work to come home and eat your beans and rice, because that's all you can afford, just to go back to work. No entertainment, no nothing. That's the way it is. And forget about any privacy. You'll be sharing a room with some random stranger. I living out here, man, Ryan. I live here. This is not camping. This is a hobo in the woods doing things that hobos do in the bush. And right now that thing is a fire. Hey, Martin. Yeah, Cornish, he doesn't know. New people pop in all the time. I get it. I don't mind it. I like talking anyways. It's nice to actually, like right now, my jaw is hurting. It's sore because I'm speaking so much. If I'm not doing this, like, I've gone days without even saying a single word, especially in the sense I don't have any reason to go, and I'm not at work. So I go like, I went 3-4 days without saying a word. And that's starting to make me sad. I don't know where I was going to go with that, so I'm just going to drop that subject. That hurts my feelings. That's Alberta, though. That's a one bedroom is 1,100. And anywhere in Ontario, I'm still technically just below I'm technically still in the southern part of Ontario. Anywhere in Ontario, the cheapest rent you're going to get is, if you're lucky, a basement apartment, 500 square foot, one room, kitchen, bedroom, living room, all in the same room, for $1,200 a month. And that's with 5-foot ceilings, 5-6-foot ceilings. That's the cheapest you're going to get in Ontario. Well, Ontario, specifically, did you know Toronto is now rated #1 city in the world for most expensive rent? The most expensive city to live in the world is Toronto. It's horrible. $1,300. Yeah, that's about right. Like even up here, I had found a place that I wanted to get. I wanted to rent. It was above a really rowdy bar by some train tracks, and that was $900 a month. And it was teeny tiny. And there's a reason why it was so cheap, because nobody wanted to rent it. And it's a shame what's happened here is, before, a lot more people had options to live. Like, there were rooming houses around where you could go into the house and rent a room, and the whole house the rooms were rented out by randos. There used to be a lot of those in Toronto, but they banned them. So it's now get an apartment or live on the street. That's across Ontario. I'm very glad I'm out of Toronto. And like even then, getting a job in Toronto is impossible. 10 months. Then I leave Toronto and I get something. Pathetic. Why were rooming houses banned? They did it back well, not banned, but they made it almost impossible to open a rooming house. You have to jump through so many hoops that nobody does it anymore. They did it back at the same about time when the Canada banned foreign investors buying real estate in Canada. It was supposedly to help the housing market instead of turning it into a business, get people to buy it. It didn't do anything for the housing market, but that's what was going on. Is now companies that have more than 1% of its investments coming from China are not allowed to buy real estate in Canada. Man, that's pretty bad. Even up in Australia, like our Australia and Canada, our money is practically par. Yours is like 69 cents to $1 American. Ours is like 72 cents, 72 to 76 cents. We're basically the same. That is, yeah, but Cornish, you're different. Your housing is different. They have something like that up here. It's called geared to income, but they put you on a list for that. It's not even a lottery. Your minimum wait time to get onto housing in this country, 15, not months, not weeks, but years. 15 years to get into housing. Yes, it is. Do you remember back in, honey, do you remember back in 2007, 2008, when our dollar was like, one of our dollars was $1.32 in the US? It was nice to have our so much above the States when everything got a little bit cheaper. Well, honey, I hate to say it, but you're 100% right. They have a social contract that new Canadians, refugees, they automatically get bumped to the top of the list for social housing. But the funny thing is, Jay, I do know someone, an old friend of mine, that is on geared to income rent, subsidized housing. But hers was a very different case, I guess. One, she couldn't work, and then she had a kid who will never be able to work. Her kid has got, he's 12 years old, but he's going to be 3 years old for the rest of his life, if you know what that means. And she got social housing pretty quickly. Oh, it is going nice. It is always nice to have a fire. And I've got plenty of wood left. In fact, let's put some more on. The good stuff is going on. The super dry, high burning stuff is going on next. And I'll put one more on for good measure. Well, Jay, I know even if I applied, they'll still, single man, single white man, they'll still put me at the bottom of the list. I've got MS. They don't give they don't give a shit. I'm still waiting for a call from my lawyer, who's waiting for a call from the guys who are making the decisions about my disability. And I'm feeling nothing but dicked around about that. Yes, I would, unfortunately. Yes, I would 100% be at the bottom of the list. I'm a single man, no dependents. I will be 100% still at the bottom of the list. Oh, I'm not. I'm applying. I have a social worker. I have a social worker for a reason. Honestly, there's a fix for all the homeless problems in any city, anywhere. They could, for very cheap too, they could do it on a volunteer basis. They could solve the problem tomorrow. Tiny homes. You could build a couple hundred powered tiny homes across the city, a couple thousand, tens of thousands even. Anybody who needs it can have one. And you put them in places like you require any large big box retailer. They have thousands of parking spots in their place. Every single one of those places should have to designate 15 of the parking spaces for a tiny home. And you get volunteers that can build them, insulate them. You don't even hook them up to city power. You power them with solar. Feed the grid. But that won't happen because it's an actual solution, and they don't want solutions. What's your opinion, Daryl? Cornish, that is incredible. I think that's a good thing. But a personal belief, I also think that the corporations, like these big stores and big companies, they should shoulder some of the responsibility for that. It shouldn't be the taxpayers' dollars. It should be, this is law. You got to do this if you want to do business in this country. Oh, yeah, I want one of those mobile micro homes, but I also see the downside of the mobile micro homes. The people, I spoke to him a lot, and I think what he's doing is a good thing, but I also don't think, giving addicts and stuff bicycle with a home on it is the solution for them. I think rehab's the solution for them. I think what is more realistic is building places for people to actually live, like tiny homes, and having companies put them in the parking lot or something. Oh, I know what you're saying, Daryl. I do understand what you're saying. And I saw that in Peterborough a while back. That is a good thing they did. They did that to clear out the Wolf Street encampment. Ryan, nothing is for dinner. I'll be gonna do some shopping tomorrow because I'm not screwed anymore. Nothing's for dinner tonight. I literally used the last of everything I had yesterday. Yesterday I threw some rice and noodles into a bowl. and mix some soy sauce and hot sauce in it. That was dinner yesterday. I'll find something for. I'll be able to do a small run for supplies tomorrow because I'm not fucked anymore. Oh, David, I don't even think the world is a cruel place. I don't agree with that. I think there's enough space and there's a place for everybody, but people's greed have made the world what it is. That's all what I believe, at least. I think people are generally, people are mostly good. People are mostly good. Shit. Honestly, David, I've learned something. Oh, I'm fine, Waller. I'm fine tonight. I'm okay. I didn't do much today, anyways. Tomorrow will be different. You know what I don't like? I've actually learned something since being homeless. So, if y'all know, I went from having a very nice life, very cushy, very comfortable life. I had money and it was nice. Now I don't have money. And I've learned something that I hate money. I hate the system the way it is, but I do hate money. It's an evil concept. It makes good people turn bad. Bad people do even terrible things. Exact. I know all the wealth is up high. Oh, David, I hear that. It was kind of nice. I found out all I needed to know really quickly when things went bad. In one fell swoop, I didn't just lose my life. I lost my wife, my friends, and my life. I found out really quickly that my wife wasn't with me for me. She was with me for the life. And I found out my friends weren't really my friends because, you know, they were fucking my wife. When I was in the hospital, she figured things were done with me. She was fucking my friends. And they would never have told me it. I found out because she told me. And then I said something to them. But it's one of those things. They're not friends. They weren't friends. A friend would have said, hey, man, this is happening. They would have come to me and said something. Not, done it. That's what I was hurt more than by anything. That's what I was hurt by. Not the ex-wife, but my friend's betrayal. Like, I sat at tables and ate with them and played games and pools, and we talked and laughed, and to find out none of that actually meant shit. A monastery. Oh man, I could never do a monastery. Yeah, things are bad and stuff, but I still want to get laid at least once more in my life. Don't take that away from me. You gotta at least let me get laid one more time, man. Monks, they can't do that. Well, I was with her for about 8 years. I count the end of the marriage as the day I got out of the hospital. Uh, 2019. Happened. How old was I? Sorry, I'm doing math. I was 31 or 32. I got out of the hospital early 2020, right before COVID hit. So I'm 36 now. So yeah, about 21, 31, 32. Oh no, I'll never. I don't want to prove her anything. She doesn't know anything that's going on. Like, she emailed me a couple weeks ago now, and I'll be honest, she came off a lot better than I did during the divorce, which is understandable. When up here in Canada, when they divide assets, it doesn't go 50-50. It goes, who did what and the responsibility. She never had a job, so I was still going to be required to support her, but I wasn't going to be able to support her because of the illness and whatnot. So she came out a lot better than I did in the divorce. But yeah, she emailed me last week, as I was saying, because she's having to move back with her parents. See, she had a lifestyle she enjoyed. I've never been much of a drinker, but she always liked to go to the salon, get her hair done. I found out it costs like $400 when you go to a salon, get your nails, your toes, and your hair done, and all that jazz. I did not know that. And then we'd like to go to the bar, and I'd go to the bar with her, and I'd have a beer. She'd have like in the night 8, and I would end up carrying her drunk ass home. What I would do, because I've never been much of a drinker, I would get my first beer. I'd say, yeah, I'll go up and get the other ones. I'd get her beer, and I'd ask him for a club soda. Go back, drink my club soda. Go back up, grab when she wants another one. Get her beer, get myself my club soda, come back and drink it. Go back up when she wants another beer. This time I might have a beer, come back to the table and have my beer, then go up and get my water and her drink. I did like playing, I forget the name of it. Shuffleboard! I remember the name of the game. The bar we went to had a shuffleboard table, a pool table, old people kind of games, dartboard. I really liked shuffleboard. I ended up playing that a lot with a lot of random people. Not India exactly. It's called Mauritius. It's a very mixed country. It's technically an African country, but her heritage, it's different. That country, there's a lot of people that were from India and China and Africa, so she was mixed. She was actually like Indian and Chinese mixed. That's her genetic heritage, but she was Canadian. That's the one. That's the country. David, man, keep the country disputes about that away, and I'll tell you, people in England have the same goals and dreams as you do in the States. I'll tell you that much. We're all just humans. Chad, did you just see my ass? Because if you did, I'm sorry. Primordial. Here's what I say about that. Fuck the military. Yeah, join the military and get shot at and die and lose limbs or join the military. The only thing the military has done for any single human being is prepare them to be homeless. That's all the military is good for. People go to the military and they don't come out whole. They don't come out the same person they were. It's not about getting you back on your feet. You're going in the military. Yeah, it's going to get temporary, you get a paycheck. But when you're in the military, you're coming out with PTSD. And if you're lucky, you come back with all your limbs. But that's all it's going to do for you. And a lot of times people who do come out of the military like that, they got all these drug problems because they can't cope with the damn PTSD. And Chad, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Oh, Primordial, I know what you're saying, but I don't think the military is for anyone. I hope you're doing better now, Martin. Oh, Jay, it's sad. That's why I get really upset when someone says, "Oh, join the best thing you do is join the military. Join the military to get out of homelessness." Nah, man, fuck that. Well, when bushcraft, when the cons. Okay, tell me the pros. What are the pros? Okay, you get some structure, you get a paycheck, and if you're lucky, you learn some new skills. What are the cons? Getting shot at, mental illness, PTSD, same thing. Lifelong scars. The cons so heavily outweigh the pros. I also forgot the chance that you're getting shot at and you could lose some limbs. Oh, you also might have to kill somebody. Burb. Yeah, don't. I've done it in the city and it sucks. I did it in the city, and exactly what you're saying. It was a horrible experience. Especially when you're surrounded by crackheads. I'm coming up on a year. trying to my best to get out. It just found myself a little job. Mind you, the economy up here is kind of starting to suck because there's no work. It took me 10 months to get a part-time fucking job, and I had to leave the city, go 8 hours north for an interview that I didn't get to get this job. I just walked in. I had an interview I set up on the way up to this for an interview. I set this one up on the way up. Showed up early just to find the place. Bopped in and says, hey, I'm just trying to find the place. Wanted to check it out before I got an interview tomorrow with, I believe, the owner. And I'm an idiot. I didn't know I was speaking to the owner. And she says, oh, that's me. And right on the spot, like a 5-minute interview. And she says, you know what? Come in tomorrow. You're working. You're hired. She's a really good person. And like she wants me there over the hunting season. So I'm back to work on the 11th. And she's paying me to get a license to sell firearms and firearm paraphernalia. Propane accessories. Which is I'm looking forward to. And like the thing is, the licensing costs like $1,000. She's footing the bill so she can have me there. So I think she's a damn good boss. Oh yeah, guys, you should check out Bushcraft Rebooted. He does. He's got a YouTube channel and he's growing. He shows off knives and whatnot. If you've got military experience, you should probably start sharing that on there as well. I think that would go for you pretty well. And you should also check out his channel and a guy named it's at Trespassers Union. He used to go by Quirky Berkey on Reddit and his channel, but now it's like QB is dead, and now I turned into a mango or something. His channel name is something weird, but he does some really interesting stuff too. He goes everywhere. Like a couple months ago, he was in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and now he's in Austin, Texas. He was hanging out here last night. Really cool guy. Really cool guy. Doesn't know how to make a video to save his life, but he's a really cool guy. Oh, Primordial, I think she's a great boss, and yeah, that's the point. I wouldn't just abandon her. She's been very good to me. She put a lot of trust in me. Like, I've got keys to the building. I know the safe code, the alarm codes. I could rob her blind. I'd never something that I would ever even consider, but I could. Bushcraft, you 100% need to make a video on how to pack a parachute. Make a 5-minute long form video on how to pack a parachute. I'm not joking. You have to do that. You have to do that like tomorrow and post it. You think it's useless information? People will watch. I would watch that. That would be fucking cool. You have to make that video and you've got to do it ASAP. Get it out there. No one's going to use the information, but it's a very interesting thing. You have to do that. You think the information you have is useless? It's not. That is something people would watch. I would watch that. Jay, I'm lucky. I've got people here I trust. I don't have any people around me, and it's lonely. But I've got Cornish, Honey, and the other mods, and all the people I speak to on the Discord, and you guys. That's why I'm very open and honest with everything. There's nothing I would keep behind. The hell, I'll even tell you guys how I lost my virginity if you asked. I think I have told you a few times before. I knew you were gonna. I knew it was gonna be you two for Primordial. I knew it was gonna be you. Okay, so you guys want the story? I was in high school. I was still young, young, like 16, 17. You know, the usual typical teenager. And I was dating this girl named Lauren. Her name was Lauren. And by the way, she was gorgeous. Way out of my bum ass league, but she was gorgeous. In that, you know, I can't explain it, but she had a really nice ass. Anyway, I bumped into her when I was in my 20s, and doesn't matter. We'd been dating for a bit, and her grandmother, she lived with her grandmother, and her grandmother was going to a baseball game with her like great aunt, and she says, "Oh, come over to my place. My grandmother's not going to be here." And you know, dumb horny teenagers like, "Fuck yes, I did." And we're going up in a room, and you know, just regular. It's getting hot and heavy, and things happen, and we start, and we're going at it. Then the downstairs. Speak good, I do. Yes, downstairs door opened, and it's her grandmother and great aunt who walked in. So we hear the door open, and her eyes open up like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Dead silent, and she's like telling me, gesturing over to the curio, the cabinet. Her room was small and didn't have a closet. She had a cabinet. She told me to get in the cabinet, and I did. And that's where I stayed for like 2-3 hours, because her grandmother and her great aunt, they invited her to the baseball game, but she said nah. And it wasn't starting for like 7-8 hours. It was like a night game. And yeah, I got stuck in a cabinet for like 3-4 hours, basically holding my breath, butt ass naked, by the way, because there was no time to get changed, and I had my clothes like all sitting on my lap, all crunched up in this curio cabinet. And I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'3". I'm just stuck there, waiting for these people to leave and hoping her grandmother doesn't come up and open that cabinet to see my butt ass naked self, you know, in the cabinet. And the worst thing is, when they did leave, and the girl, she comes back up, she opened the cabinet and asked me, why am I still naked? Like, what the fuck do you want me to do, woman? I can't move on this damn thing. I was like, my feet were, it's so cramped, my feet were in my mouth. But yeah, that's that story. Oh man, it was hell. But yeah, that part of the story is over. So I've got another story that's nothing like that, about the same girl. This one is horrible, but I guess it says a lot about how awesome I freaking am. I don't take social cues very well. That's why I get called. People think I might be autistic. I make jokes at the most inappropriate time and the most inappropriate joke possible. So this girl was in my it was my high school English class, and we were sitting around the table. See, at the time, I didn't know much about her, and we were working on the same project, and I saw her arm. So I didn't know that in the past she had a problem with, self-hurting herself. This is in the past. And I saw her arm, that there were scratch marks up and down her left arm. And I said, oh, you must have a cat. And she says, yes. I was like, oh, so the cat scratched you? And she's like, looks at me like, no, I did that to myself. The whole table got really quiet. And my dumbass decides to make a joke to lighten the situation. Guess what joke I made? Like, oh, wow, it's really tense in here now. It's so tense you can cut the tension with a knife. Needless to say, she started to cry and ran out of the room. It was bad. It was really bad. And then somehow we ended up dating. I have no idea. Yeah, Jeremiah Waller, exactly. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Daryl, I don't know. I pick up on social cues like that. It just I'm I make most inappropriate joke possible at the most inappropriate time. Actually, yeah, the relationship was pretty good. Didn't work out because I was a teenager and teenagers are fucking idiots. And she was a little bit crazy, but I like a little bit of crazy. Primordial autism is a spectrum. There's like very high functioning. It's I don't know. I just think I'm just some jackass like everybody else. Oh, Bat-ang boy. I'm always very scared to say names like that I don't understand because it could have some inappropriate meanings. I've had someone shoot my camp up with fireworks. That was a scary night. Hey, Rufus, how you doing? Holy crap. Good to see you, friend. We've been having a good fire tonight. It's been going almost over an hour. Mind you, I'm almost out of wood. I know where I can get more. Yep. Again, we don't have many rules here, but no racism, sexism, homophobia. Just don't be a fucking dick. Those are the only rules, and you're good here. Hey? So, guys, I'm going to be like 30 seconds. You're going to watch the fire. I've got some wood stashed over there, and I'm almost out of it here. Do I have my cutter with me? So I've got some wood stashed. I'm going to go grab a log. And I'll be right back. So I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Maybe a minute or 5. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. shit. Ow. No. I'm back. What'd I miss? There we go, that's good. I'll break it. Or not. Oh, not much, just trying to break some wood. Fuck. Broke it. Running out of firewood, so I'm gonna cut this and we'll talk in a minute. That's not gonna work. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, so things change. I do not have a chainsaw. I've got a small handsaw and I'm making fine with that. I wouldn't want a chainsaw by anyways. That'd cost money to use. I got my little, well, you can't see it right now. This kind of deal. Gonna break one more log and then I'll be set for what I got left. Is more than enough. One more cut and I can chat. There we go. His fire should get toasty now. Yeah, no, I've actually got. I just grabbed what I'm using for my fire tonight, just from out there. I've actually got a nice little stockpile of wood. This is gonna blink off for like 20 seconds and come back right up. There we go. It's working. Thank you, big dog. Yeah, no, it's nice. It's a quiet night out. Actually, tomorrow, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to have a decent hot meal. I'm either going to get some meat or some Chinese dumplings and fry them in the pan. Oh, yeah, last night we had a fire because across the way, I'm not too far from the lake. And I think they had a campsite or something around there. They were drinking, blasting music, having a party. Freaked me right the fuck out. Oh, I'm not buying Chinese food. I'll go to the, I'll go up to, there's a No Frills in town. I'll go there. They sell these big ass bags of dumplings. They're pork and leek dumplings for $10, giant bag. It comes with this, I think it's a sweet soy sauce, sweet vinegary soy sauce I don't like. So I'll just cook those dumplings fry them up in the pan like you would gyoza, and make some chili oil and douse it in that with some salt, and I'll be happy. That's all I need. Oh, Jay, if we're talking about travel stories, I've got one. It's not too long of a story, not too short of one either. So last year, when was it? I did it for about a month, a little bit longer than a month. So my rent had been paid at my place. I had no money. I had about, at the time, $200 to my name. I knew where things were going, and in all honesty, I thought my life was done. I thought I was gonna just end it all. I was not end it all, but I thought I wasn't gonna survive because I've got nothing coming in. I'm sick, and I've got a bucket list, and I decided I wanted to cross something off. I wanted to see the ocean, so I decided to take a hitchhiking trip, and I did for about a month. Like, again, my rent was paid, and I had $200 to my name. Funny story is, I left with $200 and came back with $200. I almost spent nothing on that trip. But I hitchhiked. I walked out of my place, walked up to Kennedy Road in Toronto, right near the place called the Kennedy Commons, stuck my thumb out, and 5 minutes later, someone picked me up, bag on my back. It was this older woman, and yeah, she asked me where I was going. I says, I don't know. I'm just traveling right now. Want to see the ocean. She says, oh, well, you're in luck. I'm heading up to Cornwall, Ontario. It's like a 6-hour, 7-hour drive from Toronto. And this older woman picked me up and got me to Cornwall. And I spent a month just traveling around right to New Brunswick, right to the ocean. From Cornwall, I got picked up by a trucker who let me out at the border when I kind of got stuck there for a few days, so I started to walk. I made it down to a town called Edmundston, worst town in the world. There's a McDonald's there, worst McDonald's in the world. I try to order a burger, worst McDonald's in the world, and they pretended they didn't understand what I was saying. When I could hear some of them speaking English, but they pretended to only understand French, and I had a bitch of a time to order from them, so I ended up using one of those kiosks, ordering some chicken nuggets, and yeah, I spent a few days, 3 or 4 days in Edmundston, and even in the Tim Hortons, they called me a stupid Ontarian there because I tried to order in English, and yeah, from there I hitchhiked all the way down to a place called Grand Falls. There's a huge waterfall there, and I found a spot where I camped out there. Hitchhiked from there all the way down to Fredericton and saw the ocean. Stayed there for a day, soaked my feet in the salty brine, and took a train back. And that was my bucket list, was to see that ocean, and I did it. Bushcraft, I know how that feels, man. Like today, I'm lucky. Tomorrow, I've got $50 coming in. Tomorrow, that I gotta go do a week's worth of grocery shopping. And last night, I scrounged together all the scraps of stuff I had left. I threw rice noodles, rice into some water, cooked it over the fire last night, added some leftover Frank's Red Hot sauce meant for chicken wings and soy sauce, and that's what I ate for dinner last night, and I got nothing tonight. But tomorrow I'll head down to the cheap grocery store because I'll be able to do a supply run. I'll use $10 either on a piece of meat or those dumplings, probably the dumplings because I like the dumplings, and really resupply up, get some dried beans and all that jazz. Actually, it's really, that's the thing, it is very safe to it's very safe to hitchhike up here in Canada. Well, yeah, you get tired of beans after a while. I, there was a while back that I ate like 2 cans of beans with a little bit of rice almost every single day because I had the Heinz chili beans on sale for like 2 for $1. So I was like 2 for $1. I got like 40 of those damn things, and that kept me going for a while. You should consider joining the Discord, Jake. Oh, you best not be what I fucking think you are. Just be a raccoon, please. I don't want to deal with a damn bear tonight. Just a second. Go away! Probably a raccoon. I don't think I'm going to put any more wood on the fire now. I'm going to let wood here burn out and end the stream in about 20-ish minutes because I'm almost out of power. Sorry, what's going on? Who are you trying to call emergency services for? I'd really like to know. I don't need anybody. I'm fine. There are people who know where I am. If I was to disappear, they can call, and they have my actual number and whatnot. Cornish has my information. It's not a bear, it's a raccoon. And where I am, they're black bears. All you do is make a little bit of noise, they're little bitches and they run away. I've had one come right into my camp and I scared them off no problem. They little bitches. I also have bear spray. I always find that really weird, calling something like bear spray. What does it do? It sprays, like, you're going to spray your can and a bear's going to pop out, or it tracks bears or something. It's always weird. Just the weird bear spray, it just confuddles me. Oh my God, Gloria, how are you? Long time no see. I'm doing okay. I'm surviving. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. It's like I was spraying cayenne pepper around the my tent and whatnot to keep the raccoons away. It didn't do anything. I think they just thought it was it added extra flavor to my tent because they started eating it. That's the thing. It was cayenne pepper mixed with straight vinegar. I've done that too. I've done that too, man. I'm glad you're okay. I really am. You were like one of the very first people to ever come into a stream. One of the nicest things ever is just chilling around the fire. Now I'm just waiting for mine to burn out. I put some big logs on there. I'm not going to add anything else. I've got plenty left now, but I'll use this for cooking tomorrow. Oh, no, that's the thing. They're not just Canadian raccoons, okay? These are, like, country tough raccoons, and they're big suckers. Like, the Toronto raccoons, at least they're a little bit polite. Yeah, like, they're gonna break into your camp, but they're not gonna damage anything. They're just gonna, like, steal your bag of chips or something. They're gonna steal your bag of chips. They're gonna steal your noodles and run away. These raccoons are little fuckers. They're going to rip it to shreds, come in there, steal everything you got, sleep in your bed, and then when you get in there, they're going to look at you like you're doing something wrong. Like, there's a difference. These guys out here are jerks, but at least the city raccoons have a little bit of politeness. They're a little bit polite. Goosisises. Or as we call them up here in maple syrup land, cobra chicken. Gloria, you don't have to make a disclaimer. We all care about you too. You don't need to make a disclaimer. I know what you mean. That's what they freaking are. They're cobra chicken. Those things are like evil. Oh, no. So the worst one was, it was like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and I heard them like out there really bad. One was trying to rip into the tent, and I heard the crashing outside of the trees and stuff. I open the tent up, and I get out there, start screaming at them. And then there's like 6, 7 of them out there. I could see their beady little shining eyes in the light. There's like one big one, and there's a bunch of little small ones, and they're just staring at me like they don't give a shit. It's not just them. It's the parents. The parents are teaching them to be little shits. It's what we up here in the great state, the great country of Canada, eh? We call them cobra chickens, or the geesises, or the goosesises, eh? They're the cobra chickens, eh? Bloody hosers. Those damn cobra chickens, they like to do the hisses at you. They will chase you right down there, bud. Geesises or goosesises. They're always gonna be them cobra chickens, eh? Okay, that's enough to super stereotypical Canadian accent for me, eh? Bloody hosers. Anywhere there, bud. Nothing for dinner tonight. Moose or meese? Meesises. Or as we call the mooses up here in Canada, tanks on legs. Did you know the only natural predator for a moose is an orca? Well, that's not true. Bears will take them down, the smaller ones. But seriously, did you know orca, killer whales, will eat moose because moose can swim? They will jump into the frigid water, swim down to the bottom to eat seaweed. That is a horrifying, horrifying thought. He's asked it over and over and over again. What did I eat for dinner? What did I eat for dinner? And I've told him over and over again. Nothing tonight. Not till tomorrow. because poverty is a real thing. If he does it again, you know it's just him trying to poke it into me that I'm not eating tonight. I'm fine. I'm not even hungry right now. Again, I ate pretty late, like 3 in the morning last night, so I'm good. And I'll eat early tomorrow because by 9 a.m. I'll have money in, and I will be fine to do that. Yeah, it's a very Canadian thing to do. Like geese or goose, a goose or geese. The birds, we call them cobra chickens because of long neck and their temperament. Moose or meese. And then you go into the hardcore Canadian accent there, eh, bud? What you talking about? It's almost like one of bud, I don't know what you're talking about. Midwestern air accent, bud. Eh? Oh yeah, don't you know, yeah? The Wisconsin accent, that's the one I'm thinking about. Oh yeah. Down to clown, holy shit, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Get plastered, you bastard. Happy birthday to you. I think accents default. I think accents evolve because of slang and whatnot. You should check out the East Coastern accent, more specifically the Newfoundland accent. Holy crap! They're speaking English, but they're not speaking English. You know, can't understand a damn word you say. Can't do it. Sorry, guys. I had to do that. I had too much of that crap. True, every Canadian can sense very little bit, but I don't even think newbies can understand each other. Ugh. Guelph. Ugh. No, we're so big. Like again, it takes like 72 hours to drive from coast to coast, nonstop, with no traffic. We've got deserts, we've got plains, we've got mountain, vast forest. Canadian Shield is a rocky forest. Oceans, lakes, gold. The country, yeah, the landscape is beautiful. Our government fucking sucks, but the country, the actual scenery is beautiful. Yeah, but what does Russia have? Russia has snow, cabbage, and potatoes. That's it. And Putin. We don't have Putin up here. Instead of Putin, we've got poutine. That's French fries with gravy and cheese curds. Poutine. I would freight hop if I could, but with my, I've got MS. I've got multiple sclerosis. I can't really use my left leg that well. It's actually getting better. It's been a lot better over the past few days with the, I'm on a quarter dose of the medication that caused me to want to hang from a tree. And my leg has been doing a lot better with it. Like, I'm not limping as much. What happened to Stobe? I don't like McDonald's. I don't really at all. Like, I don't. It's very rare that I will touch fast food. I would rather cook on this damn fire here than have fast food. The last time I had a McDouble from McDonald's, it's like $5 for the cheapest burger there. And the last time I've had any fast food, I had diarrhea. I also have issues with hands. If I cook my food right in front of my face, I know nobody's touching and fucking with my food. I have a problem with people. I know these people have handled my food. Their hands have been on it, and that doesn't sit well with me. So I just stay out of restaurants, and I've always stayed out of restaurants. There's like a few restaurants that I will go into because they've got their cook station right out in front of everything. I can watch them what they're doing, and that is the breakfast place that we went to live on stream called the Sunset Grill. They make a good breakfast. There's one out in Oshawa, and it's the only one I ever found that did it because I've been around a lot, especially when I could drive. I would. She never wanted to come with me, the ex-wife, but I would. I used to have a 1975 white Corvette. Beautiful car. Beautiful car. Could never get the ex-wife to come out for drives, but I would always go for these on my days off, these long drives. Like, I would wake up in the morning and she says, oh, I'm going to go hang out with my friend. And I knew her friend that she was hanging out. I don't doubt that she was. I really should have saw something that was up. So instead of just sitting around the house doing TV and video games, I would jump in the car and drive. And I like to check out these little restaurants that you'd find around, or pop in take a day for 12 hours of driving, just checking out the sites, find restaurants. And the One Sunset Grill up in Oshawa does an egg Benedict dish, but instead of, the classic English muffin, ham, egg, and the hollandaise sauce, they got rid of the English muffin and used a crab cake for it, and then ham on the crab cake, the egg, and then the hollandaise sauce, and it was so good. Same thing up about a half hour, maybe an hour's drive north of Peterborough on Highway 7. So about a 4-hour drive from Toronto, 3-4 hour drive from Toronto. There's this shack roadside restaurant that the truckers like to stop into. Very small blue building. There's a fry shop a little bit away, and a convenience store, and a Tim Hortons, oddly enough. And that was the place I had the best hamburger of my entire life. An amazing hamburger, really good fries too. Oh yeah, that egg Benedict dish was absolute. Sorry, I was telling a story and I drifted off the space, but That egg Benedict dish was amazing, and it wasn't too expensive. When I got it, this is the last time I had it was like 2018, 2019. It's like still it was like $18. You get two of them. The crab, you get two of the, like you get it's 2 eggs, 2 crab cakes, 2 pieces of ham on the hollandaise sauce with a mound of their hash browns. And honestly, it was absolute fire. Well, even then, if it's not, even if I had easy access to a bathroom, I'd stay away from fast food. It's more, it's hands. I don't like the hands. So I've got 33% power left. How about I throw what? One. How about I throw 3 more pieces of wood on the fire and end this stream at the 2 hour mark in 15 minutes. This is going to blink off for like 10 seconds just so I can fix the stream. Sorry, guys. The chat seems to stop working and I have to refresh it. I remember you, Xana. Yeah, no, I've got enough wood here. I just wanted to. I'll keep it going until the phone, and yeah, until this wood is done, and keep it going for a little bit if it wants to get going. I can hear the wood sizzling because it's a little bit wet. Come on, flames, happen already. I need some flames. I need some light. I thought AC/DC was a band. I've already loaded the wood up. It's just a little bit damp, so it's not bursting into the flames like I was hoping it would. Any minute now. Any minute. Come on. Maybe if I fan the fire a little bit. There we go. Damn right. Any second now. Flames. Run! Yeah, I never wondered why. I always wondered why that happened. The British decided to throw their prisoners in at Australia, and then they decided to settle Canada. A frozen hellscape versus a warm paradise with giant spiders. Never mind, giant spiders. Yeah, never mind. They made the right choice. I'll take cold over giant spiders any day of the freaking week. I remember Xana popping in a couple times because that Xanax joke has been made a few times. Not bad. I just put him on timeout, teach him a lesson. I prefer timeouts over straight up whatchamacallit, hit banned permanently. I'll give people at least one chance not to be an asshole. Y'all get one. See, the fire wants to start. The fire wants to go. You keep seeing that little volcano brush up every so often. It just doesn't want to go. Ugh, I'll do it this way. I need some light. Some fire. Much better. YouTube. No, it was yeah, that's been fixed. I'm fully monetized. That's all fixed. That's why I'm still alive. It's because I got monetized. It took a lot of work and it took a lot of bullshitting on my part to get them to monetize me, because they send you, to get monetized, they send you a letter with a PIN code on it when you're monetized to actually pay you through AdSense. So to get paid, you have to confirm that you actually are living in where you say you are. So they mail you a letter with a PIN code on it. They're not mailing it to any address I have because I don't have an address. Happened over. So they require you to do it 4 times. The first one and 3 extra times you got to do it yourself. I did all that. And I had to make up a story to them why it was impossible for me to get it. And we talked, and they said, oh, well, you have to get it. We'll send it out again. I says, I can't do this. It's not going to happen. I made up a story to the YouTube people that it's impossible for me to get mail. It doesn't deliver they won't deliver it to my address because they hold all my mail because I haven't paid my property taxes. I asked to be escalated to somebody above them. They did, and they believed it. And I got fully monetized, and they started paying me. They got the confirmation on AdSense, and they started paying out what I was owed. Actually, all of that I just said was a joke. Do not take this out of context. This was me just telling jokes. None of that actually happened. I have an address that mail can be delivered to. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Better. I am fully legitimately monetized, and my AdSense account is fully and legitimate, and everything is fine. Nothing is bad. Oh, no, it is the truth. I'm not paying property taxes because I don't got property to pay tax on. But no, it is almost impossible. It's not impossible to get monetized on YouTube while being homeless. But there's YouTube and then there's AdSense. AdSense is every month on the 1st. Any money that I've made is calculated in something called YouTube Studio, where you manage your videos and everything. From there, it gets put into AdSense. AdSense is what pays you. You have to confirm your tax information, your U.S. tax information. Even though you're not in the U.S., it's a form you got to fill out. Provide them with a photo ID, which I did. A bunch of proof of identifying documents like your bank statements, which I did. Certified copy of your bank statement I had to give them. And they send you a PIN code. So to get all that done, I had to do a lot of work. I think I am like the only homeless person that was able to do that, to actually get paid off of YouTube. And honestly, more than anything, like, the YouTube is what keeps me alive, and they pay you once a month. So this month it is going to be like $300, $300 that I don't have. I end up using that for my phone bill and some supplies, and this month was medication. And yeah. Like, if you guys gave me a super, I get that it gets paid out once a month. So anything before the 1st of October will get paid out to me. I will have it on the 21st of October. So I can take supers. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, super, super, super. And you can do it by Google Pay. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I'm just kidding, y'all. I don't need them. But yeah, that's just how it works. Oh yeah, it was a bitch to do it. Like, I make money off of my shorts. I've now got my best performing short. It's the one I was bitching about, Doug Ford. It's at like 15,000 views. Each short I'm only making like $2 off of. But $2 is $2. It adds up. I don't make them to make any kind of money. I do them because it's kind of my outlet. What I have to say at that time is what I've got to say. It's why the ones I made today were me just bitching and ranting today, because I saw a video that I didn't like. I do not smoke weed. So there's a native reservation, the Resi, not too far from where I am. There's a smoke shop there. I've gone because they're really cheap there. I bought this damn thing. One of those dang vapes. Because a little bit of nicotine helps my headaches wonders. I still get them. I bought something with a little bit of THC and a lot of CBD in it, because I was going crazy a couple weeks ago when I had that damn spinal tap. I had a non-stop, non-ending headache. So I wanted to try it. And it's super cheap at the Resi. It was like, for this damn thing, and it came with the thing to use it. This is a refillable one, and it came with all the things to refill and whatnot. For the juice, it's like $8. And that's a month's supply of juice. The other vape with the THC was like $15-20, and I've used it once. I don't like it. I don't like messing with my head. I've learned that shorts are a good way to grow, and then it's just not the shorts though. It's, if you're just making shorts, good on you. But it's more about, we bring shorts to get new subscribers that hopefully come into a live and watch some of the long forums and join the Discord. It's more about community building. That's what this is building a community. There's a lot of good people who hang out in the Discord. We have talks now and we chat for a bit, and people are becoming friends. And that's what all this is more about than just, yeah. That's what you use shorts for, is to help grow the community, because hell, you never know who you're going to meet. And it's Cornish you got to thank for the Discord. I tried to do it myself. It did not work. The Discord is solely around because of Cornish. I do not have a solar generator. I walk to the library every so often to charge my power banks and my phone. And I don't need expensive things. Oh, good for you, Jake. Good on you taking care of your gram. Well, I got a really cheap one I got from a discount store. It was $20. I've got two really good ones that plug directly into the wall. Those are more expensive. And I've got one that's a super fast charging one. It's small, but it works. So I've got four. And it depends what I do. If I'm just using the power bank for my phone, I can go 4 days without going into the library. But a while back, I did a pickup job, so I had $75 in my pocket. This was when I was still, before my job let out for September. I thrifted out one of those little games, a Switch, and if I use that at all, I get 2 days of power. Van life is impossible. I can't drive, ever. I have seizures. I'm not medically well. I've got MS and I have like seizures. The seizures, they don't know why it's that happening, and I'll never be able to drive a car again. So, unfortunately, van life is completely out of the question. You can't do van life if you can't own a van. I'm trying to get on disability, but instead I'm in Canada. Instead of disability, they said just take MAID, which is medical assistance in death, assisted suicide. So it's go kill yourself. Ha ha ha. I'm actually waiting on a call from my lawyer about the disability. See what they're going to do. I had a hearing back in August, and they didn't make a decision. Now I'm just waiting on the hearing to see when the next time the next hearing happens. Not in those words, but yes, they did say that. But in different words. They'll make me appointments at the hospital and make me go see the social workers that are in charge of, not letting me have disability. And they'll have 2 security guards in front of a little room and 2 social workers in that room. And they're not saying you should take MAID. They are trying to convince you that it's your idea that you should take MAID. They're trying to sell you on the beauties of medical assisted death. She has this big blue binder that I'll never forget the look of, and they make you feel like you're not allowed to leave. That's what the security guards are for, to make you feel like you have to stay. And they're there trying to convince you that you want to die. As you can see, I think they're full of horse shit because we're talking right now. Well, Jeremiah Waller, 11,000 deaths of people who should not have died. Like people who were not terminal, who are not suffering physically, were given MAID last year. 11,000 people murdered by the government. That's of the 38,000 MAID deaths from last year. Some were justified, terminal cancer and stuff like that they're going to suffer. Some are justified, but 18,000 that should not have happened. 18,000 murders. Fucking bastards, Gornish. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get to see somebody soon. Oh, Jeremiah, really take a look at it. It's this government, this country is going down. I actually made a video on it. The guy's dead now. It's not a good video, but it's somewhere there. It's a longer video. I think it's Canada's on Fire. That's the video. But there's a guy on the news who is on disability that the people who owned his house sold it, and he wanted to take MAID because he doesn't want to be homeless. And he had a doctor sign off on it. He's dead now. He got MAID. And the reason why he was going to be homeless is he was paying just enough where he could survive, and all the rent prices have gone up. The people sold their house because they could get a decent chunk of money for it. And the people who were buying it were going to triple the rent because that's what market value is. And yeah, he's like, I don't want to be homeless. My doctor knows I don't want to be homeless, so he signed off on me getting MAID. And I've got another doctor that's going to sign off on it too. You need 2 doctors to sign off on you taking it. And yeah, he got it, and he's dead now. And I agree with you, Cornish. I think it should be a thing to a point. For like someone who's going to suffer painfully with cancer, they're gone. And instead of the last month of their 2 month of their life being nothing but pain and hell, they get it ended on their own terms. Not for a person who's just, I have seizures. They didn't even know what I had at that time. I was undiagnosed. Not a person like me, and I don't think they should be trying to convince anybody to take it. Yvette, I don't think you should do that. Multiple sclerosis isn't a death sentence, though. That's the thing. You don't even know. Like, the thing, there's so many medications out there. You can go many, many years without having anything bad happen, you know. I'm fine. You can be in remission for 20, 30 years. Cornish's friend has been in remission for like 20 years. You can live a full, active, healthy life with MS. You get on track with medication. Okay, guys, I hate to do this now, but I've got 5% power left. I really hate to do this now. My phone is about to die, so I'm going to have to end the stream here for tonight. We'll pick it up again later. You guys take care. And yeah, join the Discord. Love you guys too.